We're back.
We're doing this.
One last ride.
Not the last ride. Description. Support.
Yes.
Renew. Save.
Support, renew, save the Acolyte. I was telling Nathan off stream, like I got a lot of buzz off of the tweet today because today and yesterday there's been a lot of discourse about this whole budget discourse. The Acolyte, Disney lied to us. Disney was not, Acolyte wasn't $180 million. It was $230 million as revealed by Disney to Forbes, which is stupid because then you read the article and then it's like, oh yeah, including tax rebates and all that kind of stuff, it comes down to like 183 million because they filmed stuff in the UK and of course to get tax incentives, etc. So I'm like, okay, so it was 183. So what's this article about? What are we doing here except stoking flames? So then people online can be like, oh, it costs higher? Act like it costs higher? I'm like, first of all, this budget thing doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. And again, please go watch our whole, funeral discussion, anger at the Acolyte getting canceled, whatever we called that episode. And because like I mentioned it, like the whole budget thing was a factor in the Acolyte getting canceled, but it was mostly like the viewership, and it was mostly because Disney was being idiotic. Because again, as I mentioned today, Andor consecutively had lower viewership than the Acolyte. I think Andor went up a little bit as the season went on, while Acolyte went down. But either way, they were pretty much in the same realm of low viewership compared to other streaming shows. The whole Nielsen top 10 ranking, which is stupid. I hate the Nielsen top 10 ranking. Shows should not live or die on their respective services based off of if they cracked the Nielsen top 10 rating or not. Like, I think it's just so reductive, especially for newer shows. The Nielsen top 10 is going to be dominated by shows like I was checking it out this week, and it said like Prison Break, like old shows that are getting a resurgence on Netflix or Prime Video or Hulu or whatever. It's like those shows are the ones doing well because people like those shows. But newer shows, they're struggling. Like if they're not connected to something, and usually you wouldn't expect it from a Marvel or Star Wars, but even when Star Wars or Marvel decide to do something unique, new, fresh, that's not a character they know, you're going to get that low viewership. You just have to trust your audience and trust your product to, incentivize people to come watching your show. And again, I think that's what Acolyte could have done. I think the hype for the Acolyte by the finale was really strong. We talk about it all the time, Nathan. There were, a lot of anger coming episodes 1 through 5 or whatever, or 1 through 4. Episode 5 hits, crickets, because it's all like Manny Jacinto, and then episode 6, 7, and 8, and there were some, criticisms, but like overall, the hype was like growing. At least, again, I'm biased because I love the show, and my feed is full of people who love the show as well. But still, I think for me personally, I think the hype was growing, especially as you get to the finale, as we'll get here, which is again one of the best finales I've seen all year.
Yeah, man, it was filling my feed like way more than any of the Star Wars projects of recent time, if I'm being honest.
You think so? I mean, I agree. I think between Acolyte and Andor.
Yeah, I mean, like, it just in terms of like talking, like I don't think it's since like the fucking Luke appearance did I like have this much like flow consistently in my timeline of talk of a specific Star Wars project.
I agree, man. I think like that Luke moment was big for Disney Plus, in terms of like getting people's attention. But I'm with you. I think the Acolyte, it's been over a month now, a month and a couple weeks since it got canceled. And I'm consistently seeing people still talking about the show, the characters in the show, moments from the show, and even like, again, support for the show. So I think there's still love to be had. And I'm still holding on to that Slither, Nathan. The Slither, that Manny is coming to Celebration Japan, which is still so like, why are you bringing him there? If you're just gonna say like, "Hey, Manny, we loved you. Never gonna see you again." It's like, what are we doing here? But if Manny can come in and they can just like say, "Hey, Acolyte's coming back in some way, shape, or form," that'll be fantastic. I really want that to happen.
Absolutely, man. I need it.
But yeah, we're back, and we're gonna watch episodes 7 and 8 tonight. Very excited. Again, like I said earlier, episode 8 is one of my favorite episodes of anything Star Wars. I love episode 8. I love the finale. Episode 7 is very solid as well, as we get our big answer dump to a lot of things and some shocking stuff with Soul, which is gonna be fun to talk about as we watch this together.
Absolutely. So we got it queued up right here. I have paused after the loading of the Disney Plus logo.
Yeah, I'm at 00 this time as well. Not 002, so we're all good here.
Oh, right. All right. So yeah, we're watching season 1, episode 7, Choice. You will click along with us on when I say play. We got a countdown going right now. 3, 2, 1, play. Play.
What's that?
Let the recap. We let the recap play here.
Oh, yeah. We don't skip recaps.
It's just for syncing.
And in general, I don't. I mean, it depends. Like, if I already watched the show or movie, then yeah, I'll skip the recap.
If I just finished the last episode, then yeah.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan had a great just like prequel recap for its first episode.
It did?
Well, yeah, because we were at the screening, so we didn't get that. But on Disney Plus.
I don't think I've rewatched Kenobi yet.
Ooh.
Maybe that could be next on our thing, dude. I was thinking of the schedule, like, Skeleton Crew is the first week in December like 5th or something like that. We still haven't done some of the Bad Batch from season 3, the final season. We could watch some of those episodes, October, November. Yeah. That'd be fun.
You still want to do Joker this coming week?
And Joker as well, yeah. It's crazy how many DC movies we have not watched.
Yeah, any of them.
We had to have done one, Nathan.
We haven't done a DC movie, no.
We haven't done one. Maybe we have to be forgetting something.
I think you watched Man of Steel on the other pod.
Yeah, on Where Heartbreak Feels Good. I did. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. But we gotta watch it on here though. So for next year's Superman movie. We're definitely doing DC in 2025, guys. Would you like collecting weeds and grass, Nathan? Would that be fun for you?
So landscaping? No thanks.
Have you ever? Are you a gardener, Nathan? No.
I live in the sun and I avoid it. I'm a hermit. I am in the shade.
I like this whole opening. No talking besides Chewie here.
Chewie.
It's a lot of, not Chewie. My bad. It's Kiyonaka, not Chewie. That's so racist towards
so young.
I know, right? The prince from Game of Thrones, or the king from Game of Thrones. Actually, he was king.
Oh.
But I like the kind of like getting that feel for what the Jedi are doing.
Yeah.
Nunalex. A lot of High Republic Jedi just loved being on Coruscant.
Oh.
Hyperspace is after, guys.
90 minutes impact?
I love that stuff. Oh, I didn't do the feed.
Still struggling to cut that meat with a spoon.
So much information here. Like he's trying to convince himself and convince Torben.
Mm.
The idea. This is a noble. As a key word that we talked about in the commentary or the podcast, but like his idea of a noble mission. He needs this to be a noble mission for his worth. Because I think
the
similar
irony
to
of this, the irony of it being a selfish desire.
Exactly, right? If it's so fascinating, like it's selfish, but he's saying it's noble.
This can't be the volume, dude. It can't.
I don't think so. Yeah. Unbalanced. See, even Indara says it. You were disturbed. It was on you. He wants this to be a noble mission. He's a. Lee Jung-jae is so good here, dude. Just
look at him
embodying the younger nature.
He's not burdened by like all the guilt we've in the present.
Yeah, he's just okay, fine. You're right. Maybe you're right. And by the way, she's already like talking about how he wants a pat on as well. Like those are his feelings too. Yeah. It's not lost that like the virgins, the idea of new life, and what does soul become enraptured by? New life, a new Padawan, a new person that he can lash his feelings onto.
Absolutely.
And we all used to think that this was the stranger looking at the twins early on in episode 3, but it was actually Soul all along. And Soul was a good episode 3, actually, I think. Was he?
Yeah.
I think it was, yeah.
He was in the opening of episode 3.
Yeah. The Bunta Eve Classic. The Force? What the fuck?
Never seen this before.
Yeah. So will be a I was gonna say so will be a terrible like teacher for misconstruing all this kind of stuff, but he's actually a really good teacher in present day. But yeah. He is snooping.
This planet looks nice and cool.
It really Brendok looks like a great place to like chill, dude. Where does he come from? Holy shit!
I'd be scared of getting seen. Like I can't peek out like even an inch because they'll see me.
Dude, same. I'll be so nervous. Indara, can you read me? I'll be so nervous to call her when they're right there.
Right? Like you just let them walk away for a second.
Yeah, right? Like I'm stepping on a branch or anything. My sneak skill is like a 0. Like I'll be the guy in the cartoon. What?
Han did it. Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Step on a stick.
Who's there?
It's one of my favorite Family Guy Star Wars gags where he steps on like 5 things in a row. He doesn't know.
That place is so clunky. Aaron, so many like
old tech, baby.
Yeah,
so old, industrial.
Old mining colony. You know, Leslie had a great like lore about Brendok, and she said we're gonna learn more about Brendok in future fucking seasons. But like how
I can't wait.
How Brendok was like an old mining colony, and you know they kept it's that similar to like Khazad Doom in Lord of the Rings, where it's like you keep on digging and you're gonna awake the Balrog kind of thing. Where in this case they kept on like, you know, what happened to the miners? Why are the miners all gone and the witches are here? It's like they could have dived into like what happened with the miners and if it had something to do with the virgins after the hyperspace disaster, like some interesting stuff there.
It's a third Zillow beast.
Yeah, exactly, right. I think Brendok's such a fascinating planet. I think comics and books like there's a lot of potential to like really dive into this planet. Because again, like they said, like there was a hyperspace disaster, which means ships and debris flying everywhere, but Brendock was safe, and not just safe, life was thriving. So like, how was Brendock so protected? What made it so special? We don't really know yet in this season, at least. But and the noise that we heard in episode 3 was revealed to be Soul again. Yeah,
very cool. I love when stuff does that. Soul looks so cool with a hood.
He does. Yeah.
Somebody has gauntlet glove.
Night Sisters. Thank you, Indara. Thank you, Indara. That's so crazy to me. Like, they don't treat the girls like children? What do you mean?
This is kind of like the trouble of the Jedi existing outside of the parental environment.
Exactly, Nathan. Exactly. Yeah. And Dara trusts him so much. Man, she's so good. Carrie-Anne Moss. So good there. Or she's looking at him like, I want to trust you. You are a trustworthy person, but like she should have called the council.
Mm.
Look at Lee's energy, dude. The way he's like shifting around.
Man.
She's right. Why she keeps submitting to what he wants, like twice in a row now. Like, we should call the council. Yeah, we should, but first let's go watch. And then B, I should go in alone. Maybe, but there's like 50 of them. Let's go in as a team. It's like, well, Indara, you're the master of this group. So is a knight at this point. Like, come on.
They must have like a lot of like bonded history.
Exactly. It's kind of like even if you are younger than me, if I respect you and if you're like a well-established Jedi Knight, I'm still gonna like also include your thoughts. And she respects Soul a lot.
Yeah. This is already like bad because they essentially broke breaking and entering.
Yeah, breaking, entering, and the witches know that because they're like, how'd they get in here? So yeah.
Right.
Like, Soul's energy is so recontextualized here.
Yes.
I love that line. Like, you're ignorant of your surroundings? Like, what's going on here? Well, this whole Torben sequence is incredible.
Yeah. She knows all my secrets now.
Yeah, right? It's like you can't hide anything. And the fact that this was all going on as she's talking to Indara. That's some powerful magic.
It's powerful mind.
Oh, yeah. Natural desires you suppress, which is exactly what the stranger said to Osha in episode 6. Your desires.
Yeah.
She knows exactly what he wants, and she can't like actively prod. He has to willingly allow her.
Yeah. Like a vampire entering the home.
Good point. God. Nathan, are you forwarding?
If I've gone through what Torben's gone through, yes. It's been abstinence for what, 17 years?
Right. The editing is so good here.
Very good.
It's so like
here.
It feels so like out of reality in the best way possible.
The tempting over the temptation over the faith.
Exactly. Neil. So like he agrees to her, and then that's when she gets full control. It's such an interesting force power.
Yeah.
And this again, all going on as she's talking. With your permission, of course.
Well, no.
Right?
Get out.
And again, with Soul giving Osha the lightsaber, in the first time we saw it, it was like, oh, okay, he's trying to connect to her. But in this one, it seems more so like forceful on his end.
It's tempting in a different sense. Like while Anastasia was tempting Corbin, like Soul's like, hey, isn't this intriguing?
This whole episode's all about like
maybe even if he didn't intend it that way, it was absolutely conveyed that way.
100%, and that's how Indara sees it. He's like, I wasn't testing. I wasn't kidding. She's like, what? I'm of two ways of this. I'll wait. Marked her with dark magic. What the fuck, Soul?
You don't know.
Like, the Jedi are the only ones who can protect. That's so messy, yeah. That's twice now. You're confusing with what somebody else wants with what you want. You're trying to push your agenda. And again, it's like, who won't protect her if not the Jedi? It's like, Jedi are not the only protectors of the galaxy. There are other people. There are families. Families are like born to be protective of each other. And Soul is thinking he's above that. He's thinking he's above families protecting their own. It's like, really? And the whole marking thing, like, come on, Soul. But I do agree with Soul. It's like, if you feel a connection, and you should test somebody, even if they're older than the regulations. But yeah, this is all wrong reasoning.
Stab.
That seems so like, I hate shots.
Can you imagine if like misdirect, like, oh, give me your hand, go for your gut.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. It says gold on the ceiling.
Damn, interrupting.
I just said it.
Right? I just gotta say, I love the costuming in the show, man. I like Osha's and May's outfits here. This girl is stupid.
So I was like, come on.
So face. I get that look. I get that look to a lot of my students. Entered your home.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Here we go, Nathan.
What is interesting, like coming to understand it, like legitimately.
Exactly. Leave the coven at 8 years old. Oh no! Is that what we said? Which is so awesome.
Can we keep interviewing people to get clarity?
Yeah, I love this so much, Nathan. I love this so much because this might even trick a regular audience member. If you just forget what happened weeks ago in episode 3, You're like, wait, did that happen?
Yeah.
Good white. Yeah, man, that's so cool. There's thousands of
battle droids.
Man, Nathan, I just again want to see Osha as a Jedi. I want to see that so badly.
The flashbacks we could have had.
We will have.
We will. BB.
And Dara's like, because he was totally guiding her in that talk. And I just love seeing Indara's like reflection during this whole scene. It again recontextualizes it so much.
But also,
it can't. What?
Yeah, but also, Soul's like actively smiling like throughout every correct answer. Like he's invested.
Yeah, he's still invested, man. Which I admire, but is again for the wrong reasons.
Mm.
Oh, no shit, she passed. You guided her. Oh, she passed. It's like, yeah, no shit. You told her, like, hey, take this test truthfully. Man, the way he's pacing, everybody else is just sitting down.
Yeah.
JJ is so good. The look on his face, that dejection.
Yeah.
Which is actually a rare W for the council.
Mm.
Like, you can separate them from their family, especially that old of age. Damn it. Oh, wow. Man. But, yeah. And Dara's so right. He alters her destiny because of his connection to her. Which is so tragic. What does this mean? Manipulation.
Mm.
And again, Osha and May are not the virgins. The virgins was on the planet, and somehow something on the planet allowed Anastasia to create Osha and May.
Right.
And even then, Anastasia wanted to create one original being, but ended up creating two. So she kind of messed up.
Yeah.
But, again, it worked out for, as we see here, Osha and May are two earnest, great children with their own different, unique wants and beliefs.
Yeah. I didn't realize there were these people around during this conversation.
Me neither, yeah, because usually just so zoomed in. I'm back.
Was I lagging behind before? Am I good?
No, you're good.
Okay. I think I was lagging earlier, but I think I'm synced. Like us, RP.
Oh, I was like, no, visually you looked good. Couldn't tell.
Yeah, you had like a delayed response when I was talking. Hey, now. Again, this whole thing is messy.
Like really trying to get that anger out of May. Coral and Soul are both like trying to get like their needs, and they're using the children to do so.
Yeah.
And Anastasia at a like crossroads here. I choose mother.
Very cool.
But yeah, Coral and Soul doing like the not good things, using their agendas are getting pushed onto the children. May definitely wanted Osha to stay. Osha definitely wanted to join the Jedi. Like, and Coral and Soul wanted those things to happen. But again, it's like they're not doing it the right way. They're not taking the kids into account. They're taking their own wants and needs into account first. But also, it's very funny. I was going to say this earlier. What Torben's doing in terms of like, if we can just take the children and then we can start to get back home. That's Torben in the past. Soul in the present is the same way. Like, obviously, at the end of this episode, like he also wants Osha and May so we can prove the stuff to Coruscant. It's like that's exactly what Torben did in the past.
Yeah.
But Soul didn't learn his lesson. Kanaka's like, I got hops. I can do this. The Fortress Inquisitorius. It's still crazy how this was, again, it's a mistake. She's like, I didn't do this. Like, but then the fire definitely did spread from what May did.
Yeah.
I thought it was from something else before this episode came out. But again, the whole time it was an accident. She immediately tries to stop it.
It's a very child response.
Right? She messes up, immediately tries to go get her mom to help. Because she doesn't want Osha to die. That's so consistent. She loved her sister.
Yeah.
And she was just being a kid. She was never going to try and kill Osha. The way Soul steps.
The stride.
Right? You don't invade twice and say noble intentions. Anastasia is terrible, like hiding her emotions.
She is.
Not Anastasia, but Coral, I meant. Coral was like, Anastasia's like, okay, cool. Yeah. What a bar.
Yes.
A little on the nose, but I don't care. It works. And he mistakes Osha or May for Osha. Oh shit.
Oh my god.
She's immediately going into mother mode, trying to protect May. Black smoke happens. May starts to disappear. Soul gets protective of his own. It's like two protective parents clashing in the most tragic way. Fuck. And again, if people are confused, Anastasia was trying to teleport May out of there.
Yeah.
Using that black smoke stuff. That's why they... Oh, man. It's what she wants. If you just did nothing, Soul. If you just did nothing, Osha will be here with Soul.
Yeah.
In a healthier way. Because Osha does end up with Soul, but in the worst way possible.
Yeah.
Man. Torben with the reflexes.
Let's go. Soul not really fighting back, just defensive.
Not at all. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I fucked up.
Yeah. I like that a lot, dude. It's so great. Such great character work for Soul.
Very good.
Character through
Torben. Oh.
He knows he messed up. Well, you'd think he knows he messed up, but then, we see in the present.
Yeah.
Like, his years of, the years that have passed have turned into justification for Soul.
Mm.
And again, it seemingly all the people died from the explosions off screen.
Mm.
As you hear, like, a lot of witches, like, screaming. Like, like, a lot of them are dying from these explosions that May started.
True.
Which, again, I wish we could be more, like, concrete on how these witches died. If I want to make kind of big criticism for this episode. Oh, fuck.
Oh.
Seeing a Wookiee Jedi in action.
That's very cool. Cool. He's so tall.
Like, it feels like every lightsaber hit is so, like, powerful.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Like, you're not just fighting, like, a Jedi. Like, you're fighting a Wookiee as well.
Yeah, right? And Torben to be a Padawan and could contend with this. Fuck!
Yeah. I said it before. That hold is so, like, flimsy. The strength you have to have.
There's no way I'm blocking that, dude. No way.
That's just getting pushed into my abdomen.
Right? Like I'm screwed. Like, because you're at a terrible angle. Torben is so lucky.
Yeah.
Woo!
I love it. Yes, it's great.
Yo, when Soul like start throwing hands, dog.
He is really great at hand-to-hand combat.
Fuck. Soul would have died here, dude.
Yeah.
Indara has to come in and save the day again after they all fucked up. All the men fucked up.
Mm. I like this because, like, it was unintentional, but now there's also blood on Indara's hands as well.
Totally. See, I wish Leslie would have lingered on Indara more. Like we see it here, like she's like depressed, but like I wanted like recognition from Indara. I mean, maybe she didn't know what she did, and only we know as an audience what she did. But like,
Yeah.
I would have liked it for Indara to realize what she did and be like, "Oh my god," that kind of thing. I wanted more of a recognition on her face.
Yeah.
What did you do? And no body for Coral.
Acting here is really great.
I agree. And to think we didn't even see any of this when like they first saw it.
Yeah. Oh.
God damn.
It's painful.
And he nearly lost OSHA.
Yeah.
Wow.
You could end it there.
This shit is heavy. I'm so glad it didn't end here because I love this scene. I love this upcoming thing between OSHA or Indara and Soul.
Hey Torben, how you feeling? Fuck.
Not great. I'll be way more angry at Soul. He's still justifying it. I love this. I love this.
Hey, come back.
People are gonna smack his ass. Well, you know what I mean. But pause.
It gets sad.
Like she was so angry at him, but she's so sad too. I love that moment. She's still her love for Soul superseding what she should do. Which was true, but you know, minus our interference. Her dream is already gone. That's a tragedy.
Yeah.
Like you fucked up, Soul. You better do what you wanted to do.
And the greater tragedy of OSHA ends up leaving on her own anyway from the council or from the order.
Man. Oh wait. Again, it's still kind of an abrupt ending. I would have ended it because I like the cut to black where it's like May started to fire. It's like, well, she did, but like I would have wanted a scene of OSHA like soaking it in. Those are my like two complaints in this episode where Indara kills a lot of the coven, but they don't get a chance. She doesn't get like a shot of her like soaking it in, or at least what she did, because immediately it cuts to Soul being like, "Mash, I'm sorry," and she's like, "Just go." But it's like I would have wanted a more of a close up shot of what Indara realized what she did, and then at the end here, like, "Hey, May started the fire. Your family's gone, OSHA. How do you feel about that?" But they cut to black. I would have wanted young OSHA here to have more of a conversation. Even though I get the choice, to cut to black because it's like, boom, damn, this is what the Jedi did. It's fucked up. We know that. going to the implications, I agree with what you mean, Nate. Like, she willingly leaves the Jedi, but it's because of everything that happened tonight. Her dream is shattered because Soul's dream of getting a child, a connection, a Padawan of his own, overrided what Osha, or his feelings for Osha, or what Osha wanted. Osha wanted to become a Jedi. She wanted to go to Coruscant with the Jedi, and Anastasia tells him she chose you. If you would have done nothing, we would have willingly gave Osha to the Jedi, which is how it should be. Parents should be willingly allowing their children's needs to be fulfilled here. And a lot of the time, parents are like, I don't care what my children wants. I want to do what I want, which is fair for the parent. But Soul isn't a parent, like I was talking to my dad about this after the episode aired. And my dad was like, I don't know if I would have done what Anastasia did. Like, I'm a twin myself, right? I can't imagine being like, okay, 8 years old. Sorry, Jalen. I'm going to Coruscant with these other Force users, and if I were to say that, I think my dad, even my mom would have been like, no, we don't want you to go, which is completely fair as a parent. But it's just so admirable that Anastasia is willing to sacrifice not only the duty as the head of the coven, but also sacrifice her want as a parent. As we saw in episode 3, she, in that talk with Osha and May about like how the Jedi and the Force users don't treat the witches well, like the implications outside of the coven, for the galaxy at large, for them, it's not great. But even then, she still sided with Osha in that talk, being like, okay, I'll go talk to the coven for you, Osha, if this is what you really want. Again, it's just still admirable for Anastasia to do that, because not a lot of other parents would. But then Soul thinks he's in that parental figure by saying, if they won't protect the Jedi, or if it has to be the Jedi to protect them. And it's like, no, dude, you don't have that protective role right now. You have to respect the family, which is why I said earlier on, the Jedi Council had a rare W where it's like, yeah, no, we're not just gonna test them and take them. Like, no. But I think the coven, or I think the council would have been accepting, maybe, if Indara calls them the next morning, being like, hey, the coven willingly gave Osha to us. We tested her last night. She passed. The coven wants her to go with us. Now, council, what do you say? Because that's a different question than saying, hey, can we test them and just take them? It's like, no, they don't, because the Jedi said we don't want them to be separated. But that reasoning of being separated isn't there if the coven's willingly allowing that separation. So again, it's just so tragic, because at the end of the day, what Indara says is true. When she says, hey, Soul, don't crush her dream. Like, don't make her dream like worthless. She wants to be the Jedi. You did all this. Own it. We'll fib a little bit. We'll lie. But like, hey, this is on you, Soul. What do you tell her? But unfortunately, like I said, unfortunately, Soul's dream ruined Osha's destiny. She was unable to get over the death of her sister. Her anger over May, what happened with her family, and that causes her, at least in her mind, to not be compatible with the Jedi, making her willingly leave. But, as we mentioned last week, Chimere / the stranger realizes that, hey, no, like, this anger that you're feeling shouldn't be dismissed. You are allowed to feel these things. Don't block yourself off just because you think you failed because you were feeling. That's not true. You should be allowed to feel, and you shouldn't fail the trials because you were, again, feeling and having that emotional connection. That's Osha's strong suit. She's very emotionally connected to people. That's her ability there. So again, I think episode 7 is filled with so much great stuff here. Let me Get ready for episode 8. I don't care about Scarlet Witch. Okay. Pause. 00. 48 minutes. This is the longest episode of the season.
Got it.
So are we synced again? Are we good audio wise? You want to fix anything before we go to episode 8?
I think we're good, right?
Yep. Say something.
Yep, that's good for me.
Good for me. Any audio thing?
Cool.
We're good. Okay.
We're good.
All
right. Got keyed up here on play. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. What the recap play?
Oh shoot! I skipped it. And again, the amount Twitter when episode 7 ended, it was like Soul, yo, like whoa, like what is such a dichotomy from what we expected to see.
Yeah.
And I think we all had the theory about what Vanessa would do here in this finale.
Mm.
Brainwashed you. Man, I love Amanda so much. This is a great recap.
Oh,
by
yeah.
the way. Some recaps are like, this sucks, but this is good. Getting us all the dynamics, all the emotional like weight leading into this finale.
Oh, yeah.
God, Osha Amir.
Hey.
What a peak dynamic. I can't get over that, Nathan. It's just so fucking perfect.
Really is.
So perfect. Like this, I tweeted it out, guys. This is my favorite Disney Plus finale.
The breathing's back.
The breathing's back. 6. What a great intro. And I still think it was important to have episode 7 between that so we can understand everything leading into this moment.
Mm.
That Twitch.
Goddamn. He went to check on her.
Immediately, like, he's like, okay, cool. She's like digging it. But then he's immediately fearful, immediately worried about her. God, I love it. I love you, the stranger. What's his real name? God damn it. Anyway.
I'm sure in this point, too, he may be even like having different emotions of like, fuck, she's got me. I'm fucking out of control.
Good point. Good point.
Wow.
You said what?
So she saw herself.
She saw herself, Nathan. Tragedy. You saw.
My favorite Yoda line.
And Chimera immediately is like, okay, wait, maybe I can go with May again. Like, right? Like, maybe I can make him be my apprentice again. Osha wants to stop her. Chimera doesn't want to stop her. And the race is on.
Damn it. He's so petty.
What shit? I'm taking my shit.
You offered.
Who gets to May first? May the MacGuffin.
MacGuffin.
MacGuffin. Venestra. Again, guys, Chimera willingly talked to Osha while Soul like caged up May.
Mm.
It's like, wait, what? So what are you doing? What are you talking about here? Yep, his justification. He's not going to admit it, but actually, he does admit it. Boom.
Getting louder while the machine gets louder.
Yeah. Error. What are you doing, Soul?
Yeah.
You started that fire.
Oh, so.
And that's genuine. He really wanted to say you both.
Mm.
But dismantling their identity by saying you're not twins, what does that achieve, Soul, to them?
He's just the bigger picture. He's trying to.
Like, you're not even sisters. Like, what do you, like, how rude and mean and, like, come on.
Hurtful words, yeah.
It's hurtful, but he doesn't see it like that. He's like, I'm trying to tell you the truth. It's like, I've known my sister, for a long time now. And you're trying to, like, disarm that? Like, come on.
Yeah. It's like, he's using the detached mindset that the Jedi have with emotions, but he's one of the most emotional Jedi there are.
Bingo, Nathan, bingo. Like, his emotions are controlling him, but he's trying to judge that based off something else or justify that for a different reason.
Cool.
I love that small ship. So cool. But yeah, like, he's trying to justify it. But that's the issue. The Jedi have not the Jedi, but certain Jedi like Soul have an issue with, controlling their emotions because they've been taught for decades about, like, centering your emotions, not getting attached. So when they do get attached with Osha and Soul, then you get, like, you could get chaos. But I'll bring that topic up at the end of this too, because it's very interesting in terms of Jedi and emotional attachment.
Whoa!
Like, this is a stellar looking freaking sequence. Just
in theaters.
Right? And to be fair, this is the kind of scene that I was talking about. Cost a lot. Probably cost a lot with the special effects, ILM, all that kind of stuff. It won't be necessary in a possible season 2. While it does look awesome, I love this so much. Yeah. I would take them just talking as we just got in a room over a scene like this. Yeah. But, watching it, this is very stunning. I remember seeing it in the trailer like, holy shit, this looks good. Homeboy is like, I did not want this to happen.
Basil, don't worry about it.
It's like, Soul, what is your plan here? What do you want to do? He wants to attach, but it's going to be a very bumpy attachment. Or is he going to shoot her? Like, what's the thing here?
Can you, like, stun the ship?
I have no idea. People got confused about, like, why is he messing up with Soul? Like, why is he doing that? Why is Basil doing that? It's like, yeah, he didn't want them to crash into each other.
Doesn't he need both May and Osha to prove his point?
Soul?
Yeah.
Yes, he does. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's weird. It's like he needs May alive, but, like, what was he doing there? It's still very confusing.
I mean, you can, like, knock out the power of a ship.
Is that what he was trying to do? Just, like, shoot her engines and knock her out?
That's what I imagine. Something just, like, immobilize.
Yeah. But even then, May could have died here with this crash landing if she wasn't, like, skilled.
Yeah.
Like, she got lucky here.
That was graceful. Just a little skid.
Yeah. Oh, I love this scene too. Every scene in this episode hits.
Let's go.
Ray in court.
From Supergirl?
She's like, I love Supergirl. Melissa Benoist, great actress.
Melissa Benoist is in Star Wars. That'd be cool.
That'd be great. Everybody knows that about Hyperspace. I get a headache.
Everyone thinks it's an audio.
Dude, his fit, dude.
Oh, is this his natural voice?
Yes.
Nice. I'm used to his. It's just his CW voice, American accent.
Oh, I see what you mean. I forgot he's not British in Supergirl.
He's an alien.
Yeah. I think he's naturally like this. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's weird to be American and is acting British, right? It's never that way. It's never the other way around.
Sometimes, but like,
since when?
You don't need to do that for Star Wars.
Yeah. Here we go. Nope. We don't control the Force. Woo!
Oh, it's Emperor.
So much layered into that conversation. This conversation's big. I wish I can just pause it right now. Don't pause.
Break down each line.
Right? I mean, that's what we did of our 3-hour episode. So go check that out. But again, first of all, he says like him, if people control him, which goes into his like his underlying like sexism as well. But also his ideals of I love this right here. Is that what they say? But he's not wrong. Like some of the time he's not wrong here. Like the Jedi uncontrolling their emotions, it is a factor. It is a huge flaw for them. But the best Jedi are able to still have those emotions to be good. Here we go. Here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you did. You did actually. Yeah, you did. You gave me a bed. Yeah, you're a fair person.
Yeah.
That fit, Osha.
Hey, wait.
Please.
Hey, you doing anything later?
Right? Last chance. I really need you to say yes for me.
So that cool guy in the race car is about to drive off. Hey, last chance.
Last chance. When he's definitely like. So she says no twice to him, but he still is like, I still got you because you're still thinking about it. While May was like, yes, automatically. Like,
right.
At least he has Osha thinking about it. And even Osha, the way she looked down, like she knows she's not telling her true self.
He's real.
He's real.
He's here.
He was there the whole fucking time. Plagueis, and we're not seeing it. Are
you motherfuckers saw that and you don't want that story?
You don't want that story? Are you fucking nuts? Come on.
Because I'll tell you right now, if you don't want to hear, it's not happening at all.
Baffling, right? Yeah, like this is the story. The story.
There's no like, oh, I want Lucasfilm to do it differently. It's like it's all the fucking here.
And some of the people are like, well, I would have liked it, but I don't like the Osha and May story. Well, F you, the Osha and May story is here to stay. And even if you didn't like it, we have a totally different dynamic going into season 2 with Osha and Chimere. People liked Chimere. Osha and Chimere, May and Vernestra and Chimere. So many new dynamics are flourishing by the end of this finale. Man. She's connecting Yoda here. I think she is.
There are a couple people think that was Palpatine on the line.
He's not born yet, guys. I think Palpatine might be born. If Palpatine is born, he's like very young. He's like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Ooh, a resolution. She's I'm ending this shit one way or another. I love the moon. You can see the eclipse a little bit.
Great design.
They're close to the eclipse.
I love this ship. Where's the Lego set?
All the way back home.
Shut up.
Get the fuck up. Oh, man. She's like, I'm landing this shit, bitch. Man, dude, it's like all the way back. Like, you guys didn't want this dynamic? Come on, are you drunk?
So well done.
Are you high? Soul going through his past demons, dude.
Wow.
This is where he killed Anastasia. What if he just trips over her ashes? No, I'm kidding. That's dark.
Inhales them by accident. Oh.
We hear some sick stuff. Luckily, we're not writing anything. Oh.
No, I wouldn't write that into anything.
You didn't do time blades. You're gonna inhale your enemy's ashes.
What am I, JJ?
Wow, what a callback.
What a call that. What a weird revelation.
What a 2015 revelation. I love that. Like, what are you talking about? I'm gone. I'm already gone.
Man.
He said, like, hey, whoever gets to May 1st, shit, I'm gone. How did he do that? You just see Chimera on the ground.
Turn to mist like the witches.
Yeah, right. I love this stuff. All this like visual, no words needed. The score, you hear the unsettling like voices of the witches. It's like, can he hear this? Obviously he can't, but great sound design. But obviously, like as we hear it, we know that's what he's thinking about.
Yeah. You imagine that you see like Vader's helmet and it was like, this is the future.
Right.
That'd be a really interesting revelation if you market a show as like it's in the distant past, it's actually in the future.
I would love that. But May calling out of the pit, dude. Like
I love Kylo Ren.
a reversal of Kylo Ren, exactly. A reversal of Kylo Ren. But also just it's great character work. It's like just visually, it's very simple, but she started this series in the darkness, killing Jedi, and she's rising above that. She's coming out of that. Where it all started at her own home. May's character journey has been phenomenal this season.
Oh yeah.
And again, because of the 8 episodes, it's a little bit like, truncated. But I think it still works really well.
Yeah.
Rings of Power right now is phenomenal. 8 episodes, but each episode is 72 minutes or something. I'm like, come on, Disney. And I think Amazon makes more money than Disney, right?
I mean, when you're also Amazon, the shipping company.
Yeah, true. Like Amazon overall, yeah.
Yeah.
We make a great deal. Kyrie's so funny, isn't he? He got jokes. This fight is one of the best fights in Star Wars, and I'm never going to dispute that.
It is.
So good.
He like flings his arms out. Ah, anybody walking through the dark corridor is so scary.
Chimera's reckless stances are so cool.
Yeah. Ah.
Woo!
Wow.
Woo! Come on, guys.
Like when did people start hating wire work? That's cool.
Right? Come on. People didn't watch like Asian cinema.
Right.
Not if she gets you first. Come on.
Oh, cool.
Soul is on point in this fight.
Man, he's locked in. Whew. Nope.
Got him. I think the lighting of the sabers could be better in the daylight.
I think it works because it's like you're in daylight. It's not going to glow too much on.
Yeah, it's not going to glow as well. What a baller move,
man! Wow. You putting that move in Battlefront?
Right, please. What a great showcase of like the Jedi soul is, like the highest potential of soul, the optimal soul. I know that whole click is awesome. Like this is the Jedi that soul really can be. A skilled, calm, fantastic fighter.
Yeah.
It's just balanced out by his, or unfortunately balanced out by his anger and his emotional attitude.
Yeah.
Osha in this scene, dude. It's like, wait, pause. Don't pause. Yeah, that's Soul. He didn't tell you. But Chimera told her you don't have to calm your negative emotions. And she blames it on man. It's like, no, you don't. You guys should be connecting here. She's been manipulated, man. But not by Chimera, by Soul. Wow.
Oh.
And even if she wanted to believe her, she can't. Because that's like crazy to think about. My father figure did that? No way in hell. And this is the unleashing. Sorry, Pip, stop with you now. This is the unleashing of her emotion that she felt bottled up for a long time that Chimera helped unlock. Woo! That fighting game is so cool.
Once again, how did they combine these faces?
Some skilled editing, great visual effects, great stunt. Whoa. He made like, whoa, okay.
Oh.
Like, dude, I would have wanted to see Osha working through these emotions. What a cut! What a cut!
What a picture!
What a picture! But I want to see Osha like struggling with these emotions.
Yeah.
The Jedi are here. Come on!
The way that the story did. Oh,
they're not here for me. She can't have gone far. She's on the ground. God damn, the choreo. This choreo is sick. I love when Jedi and enemies just grab each other.
It's amazing. Oh my
god. Damn, so fuck.
It's raining on his face.
Someone's getting ready to cut his face in two. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Woo! I was so nervous, dude. I was like, oh!
I was scared. I was like, don't kill him.
Yeah, I got so nervous.
I know he's the baddie, but
yeah, I was like, yeah. I was like, okay, Justice Saver. Woo! Woo! And
I've
this
seen
zoom out right here
in fan films. No, you haven't.
No, you haven't. Yeah. He turned around, full anger. Soul's blade on his neck. Oh my god.
I'm half expecting him to just punch his hilt with the helmet.
He could just be like,
oh shit.
Boom. May finally got the saber that she's been trying to get since episode 2.
Man. All right.
He's back in teacher mode. Okay. Good man.
Nice.
It's like, yeah, no, she's not listening to you. Damn, crack that shit.
How do I strike him? How do I strike him without a weapon?
Yeah, kind of. What do you want me to do? She's like, no,
fuck it, kill him. It's fine.
No to Chimera and Soul.
This is actually character growth in a way.
It really is. Chimera is like, wait, cook, cook.
Go on.
And so that's very interesting. He's like, did he hear that before from Plagueis, or is this very new information? There's a lot to be desired.
She's wearing a wire.
Yeah, right? Come on, Soul. Can you say that again?
Sorry, I wasn't recording.
Oh, she's like, what'd you say? No, I'm kidding.
One more time.
Yeah. Oh, I can explain. Ooh, we hate that excuse, don't you? I was protecting you. She has a point. But her being created this way has nothing to do with you telling her what happened.
Yeah.
They're not the same thing. But that's what it is. They would have sent you away from me. He wanted her to be with him.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh.
It's gone. It's over. But she didn't have the life she dreamed of because of you. Because I look. Stop you. Stop this. Leslie is evil for this shit.
Oh. Wait, what?
This is one of the best force choking scenes I've seen in all of Star Wars.
Yeah, I think it's the best.
Yeah. I think so too. I mean, Anakin and Padme running the Sith is tragic, but this is like also deeply tragic as well. Oh my gosh. The bleeding while she's choking her own master.
Wow.
Using his lightsaber. Fuck. Wow.
Oh.
Like, sold that death so well. I mean, Lee Jung Jae sold that death so well.
Yeah.
You can like feel it.
I can feel Amanda did it.
Yeah, right? Jesus Christ. And we always say lightsaber's like a Jedi's heart. And she made us like bleed his heart.
Mm.
He's instantly coming over there to comfort her. Whoa.
Wow.
I stood up, dude. I was beyond shocked.
Steam, wow.
Yeah, the steam, the steam, also like the anger, right? The anger rising. Holy shit. The score. Oh shit. So good. Didn't. She got a squad.
Right. I remember thinking they're all dead.
Instantly sensing her Padawan. He's scared. That fear.
Oh shit.
Puts his helmet back on like a little child. You're alive.
Mom just pulled in the driveway.
Right? Mom's back. Time to run. Time to hide.
Who broke the vase?
And I thought we were getting a fight between her and some of the Jedi, dude.
Oh.
Probably wouldn't work out for Osha, but
Wow.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know her power level, her ranking.
I mean, she seems to have unintentionally tapped into entering people's minds like Chimera.
If she gave that saber to Chimera, Chimera would go to work. But I think Vernestra though would destroy him. So it's not a great idea. I think Chimera's smart to have run there. But I really do think we could have gotten Vernestra v. Osha in season 2. Similar to how Rey fought Luke in The Last Jedi about what Luke did to Ben.
Mm-hmm.
I think we could have gotten Osha versus Vernestra for what she did to Chimera. Because she had to have done something. Granted, Vernestra is a very, she's a good Jedi who made some mistakes that we see in this finale.
I love Empire Strikes.
I know, right? I love this Empire. Imagine being a kid and just, imagine being a kid and just like falling, thinking you're dying, and just getting sucked into an air tunnel on pure luck.
Wow.
Similar to Luke. Luke didn't know he was going to fall into an air tunnel. He just thought, like, I'm not shaking Vader's hand here, so right. I'm committing seppuku. So much death here. She's having her own Vin Diesel moment.
You love saying that reference.
It's the best Vin Diesel moment in all of cinema. Hey, the tracker has a name. Use the tracker.
Was it Parsley? It's cool.
He's so scared. Like, he has a mask on, but we can feel his fear.
Yeah.
What is she saying? What is she cooking? He's still there. He's like, oh. He's like, yeah. That was a close one. Shit. But yeah, I really think we got some great Vernestra v. Osha stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And like Leslie did say, like, yeah, Vernestra made some mistakes here in this finale, but season 2 would have like elevated Vernestra, contextualized her, like, you know, her stance in this finale a bit more. And I don't think she was completely wrong for whatever she did to Chimera. But I think, of course, Chimera felt some type of way about something. And she did wound his back. So there was definitely some bad baggage there in the past.
We killed Soul, and this feels like a happy ending.
Dude, same. Like, that's what a shocking finale where it's like, oh my God, Soul dead. But I love this scene too. Like, what an emotional roller coaster. This is a scene I really wanted. I wanted this. I was so giddy when I saw this. Just two sisters reconnecting.
Oh.
I'm like, wait, pause. Wait, what? Like, you guys don't know who made that rhyme? More so, if I can find you, so can the tracker. Yeah, come on, Osha. You don't believe that. You don't believe that. Even May's like, yeah, they won't like you.
Man.
They're gonna arrest you or kill you.
They're like, you're dressed in dark clothing. They won't.
Yeah, look at your clothes. Color theory, Osha. I love seeing what May said there. Do what you want. What do you want? Because she didn't get that last time. Guys, we have like 50 seconds. I love how they're running.
Yeah.
But it won't be pretty.
Does he have a heavy breath at the end of every sentence?
Yes.
Like he just finished a jog.
Like, I want to be on set when when they're filming this. Because I bet it was just Manny talking through the helmet. They didn't have like the voice modulator on set, I think.
He's not even acting. He's just like, I'll record these later.
Yeah. Like I think he recorded the lines, this voice modulated lines later, similar to the Vader stuff.
Yeah.
By the way, where's our fucking Disney gallery?
Ooh.
I don't like the saber hand is very much like wedding-esque. Like a reunion, not reunion, but just a union scene between Chimera.
You could totally get married under this tree. Oh my god!
Right? But then sisters hugging, dude, so beautiful. They finally got together and they're ripped apart, but it's because of their own decisions. They're not ripped apart. They're choosing to separate.
Yeah.
What a smart choice to have this dialogue be the one that's like used here. So smart. So smart. It's like slowly fading. Damn.
Studying her face.
Yeah. You don't know when the last time you're going to see her face again.
In the mirror. Sorry.
Nathan, how to ruin a moment.
I could have ruined that moment several times and I didn't.
Really, dude?
It's like, what if Chimera aimed too far to the right and wiped both?
Fuck!
Square one.
She's like, what did I do? Do you think Chimera learned the memory wipe from the Jedi or from being a Sith?
I don't know. I don't know the origins of it.
I think it might be a Jedi thing. Because remember, Chimera's like, hey, don't do the memory wipey thing to me. So it could be a Jedi move. But I don't think Jedi usually teach that. Plagueis would kind of maybe teach that. But
before I knew who he was, I took that as like the common folk do not understand the Jedi power.
True, yeah.
So he could have just been placating his own.
What a beautiful outfit for Nestra.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine what the council chamber looks like?
We could have seen it. I love how Amanda's octave gets a little bit lower as May.
Mm.
Vanessa's like, what the fuck?
Mm.
She's like, this is not a good witness. Damn. No record. 8 years old.
Oh.
You lost more than a decade of your life. All very true. Made a terrible thing, made a terrible mistake. This is the Senate, right?
I think so.
Is that the chancellor at the head of the council?
I think so.
I gotta throw you under the bus, which is horrible. But also, you don't want the council to be so connected to the Senate. Hmm. Which you hear a lot of like in modern day institutions. It was just one guy. She gives him an honorable death, which is still nice.
Yeah.
Exactly. Selfish desires. Sister.
Okay.
Who the fuck is Anosha?
Anosha?
Anosha? They have. Like what could this Vernestra dynamic could have been?
You Padawan?
Come on! Oh, best final scene in fiction.
Hey.
And we were gonna get a kiss scene here?
Did they film it?
They almost filmed it, yeah.
Hmm.
But Manny had a different idea. He wanted to do the hand thing, and Mandela agreed. And this is how we get the hand union, which again says a lot more than what a kiss would have. I mean, I would have loved a kiss, but I agree with them. It might have been too soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's something that would definitely happen in season 2. This violin work here.
Oh. It's a mandala.
Facing the world together.
Wow.
Don't turn off your screens. Ah!
And you don't want to see more?
You don't want to see her and Yoda work it out? Or like, what does she tell? Thank you very much, Hannah M. Culpepper. But like, what does she tell Yoda? Does she keep stuff from Yoda? How much does Yoda know? Like, what is the Yoda Vernestra scenes going to work? How often would he have been in the season? Those are all very interesting questions. I love, there's a lot to break down here. Like, I love how Vernestra accurately deciphers Soul's emotional mindset throughout the finale. His selfish decision was based on the love he had for Osha. That never changed. He loved Osha, but it was his selfish desires. He didn't take into account her/Osha's desires. While Vernestra throughout this season was very much like, giving cop energy with the terms of like, hey, we gotta arrest somebody. Osha might have done it. Like, but then as soon as Vanessa realized that, like, why didn't you tell me her sister like could be alive or something like that? It's like, or that she had a sister or whatever. It's like, why didn't I know this? She immediately becomes like, hey, this poor girl. And we see it reflected here in the finale where she's like, you poor soul, the Jedi have done so much wrong to you, which is accurate. And knowing that she kind of, I don't know if she knows this, she could pull a soul. Like, I would like to think she knows she failed Kymir to some degree, obviously, because your pupil turned evil. So how would she have tried to correct that with her dynamic with May? A May who is starting at point 0, which is tragic for May's character. May's had a great arc, but ending it, saying goodbye to the sister that she loved so much. Again, May always loved her sister, but then choosing to have Osha actively choose her dream. What does Osha want? May was willing to do what Osha wanted, at the cost of her own agency, May's own agency. So May's starting from point zero in a sense, and she's gonna have Vernestra on one shoulder, and maybe my theory was that in season 2, Mother Coral was still alive. Mother Coral could be like the devil on May's shoulder. I could see a scenario where, like, some way, shape, or form, Mother Coral would make her way into May's life, maybe, or we could see Coral on the Osha storyline, and she could be trying to pull Osha back to her home life, like, hey, I helped create you, versus Chimera, who's helping be that step forward, while Coral could be a step backwards for Osha. Yeah. It could have been an interesting dynamic there, even though I still lean Coral being on the May storyline. So yeah, but then, again, go back to Vernestra of it all. Ray and Court had a lot of good stuff there in terms of like emotions, guiding you guys, uncontrollable, etc. Correct. But what I think people forget is that, like, Vernestra's doing all this sus and bad stuff with Soul to protect the Jedi Council. Right. The Jedi should not be so closely regulated by the Senate. Even though, of course, we know eventually they do get a tighter relationship as we get into the prequels. Vernestra does not want that. She sees the writing on the wall in terms of the Jedi closeness with the Chancellor, the Jedi closeness with the Senate politics. She wants to go away from that. We know as Star Wars fans that she's fighting a losing battle, but it would have been fascinating to see that political journey throughout season 2, possibly season 3, about like Vernestra and that, and how she's contending with Chimera. And then, of course, the big question, like the end there, we see such a hopeful ending with Chimera and Osha looking out for the sunset, but we know they're facing doom. We know Plagueis outlives them, or not outlives them, but like in the narrative, Plagueis, survives until the Phantom Menace. What happens to Chimera and Osha? Do they die? Is there doom? Not necessarily. There's doom only if they continue the path down the dark side. Not saying they're going to go full on, we're going to be Jedi now. They're not going to do that. I don't know why I felt like mouse, but they're not going to do that. But a Kingdom Hearts fan poking out there. But did somebody stay at the door to darkness? But anyway, that's the actual Mickey Mouse line.
What is
anyway? That's a 3-hour podcast right there. What is Kingdom Hearts? But what's it called? But like, what could we have seen there for Osha and Chimera? I think they only get doomed. They only get the doomed narrative if they continue down the Sith line. They could do any type of thing. I hate using the term gray Jedi, but like, they could have just gone away from the Sith and still not become Jedi. They could have become Knights of Ren. They could have formed a whole other new thing that we've never heard about before. I think there was a happily ever after in line for these two, especially just knowing Leslie as a writer. I think she loves her happy, hopeful endings. Just watch the end of Russian Doll season 1. Despite, the main character being a very messy and not a great person, she still got a very happy ending-ish. So, I think it would have been complicated. Leslie loves complicated, dynamics and relationships, but I think overall it would have been like happy, hopeful. Because, Star Wars isn't often giving that to us, despite how hopeful certain stories are. Rebellions are, like Rogue One, rebellions are built on hope. That movie ends with death. Like,
why is our fairy tale universe more of a grim fairy tale?
That's the problem with Star Wars. Like, and that could be a whole other podcast discussion Nathan and I can have. Is like, Star Wars is always built on hope, and I feel like I'm reading that a lot more in books and comics rather than the actual movies. Scratch that. Bad Batch, phenomenal. Happy Ever After season 3 was phenomenal. Again, I really want to watch that with Nathan. I love that ending so much. Animation in general, Rebels finale, very hopeful. Clone Wars finale, dark but hopeful. So animation's killing it, but live action is like even Rise of Skywalker tried to be hopeful, but as me personally, I'm like, I didn't get that feeling. So yeah, but and then here, man, it's just a beautiful final shot. Chimera Osha, we don't even know his real name yet. So many possibilities, so much fucking potential, and I'm still holding out hope that it can still happen. I really hope.
Me too, man. Me too.
So yeah, man. That's it. Hopefully everybody watching, you enjoyed this journey with us. So I would recommend watching our other commentaries plus play when we press play with our other commentaries, and go back if you want to hear us more talk about the Acolyte in a deeper discussion, scene by scene. Go check out our other Hyperspace Hype episodes as we go over episodes 1 through 8 in detail. Very long episodes. I used to rewatch the show prior to those podcasts. I love this show so much. I love Amanda Stenberg so much.
Oh, yeah.
Man, and I think I'm going to reiterate a lot of bullshit, but like I haven't connected with the show, specifically a Star Wars show. I guess any show, fuck it, in a long time, like I did with Acolyte. Like it was just such a special thing. It's gonna mark this year for me. Like when I think of 2024, I'm gonna think of my experiences with the Acolyte. This is a show I've been waiting to watch since it was announced at a Lucasfilm earnings call or whatever it was. Like I was,
December.
Yeah. I think was that it when we first heard about December 2020? Was that it?
I think so. That was crazy. Call, yeah.
That was crazy. But and we went on stream to talk about it, all the news. I'm like, murder mystery in Star Wars. That was the tagline, and I was hooked from the beginning. And then Leslie was on board, and then I knew like Amanda was on board. So like, and then this romance happening throughout the season was such a shock and greatness. I was just, man. I just really hope, really, really, really hope that somewhere in the future we're gonna get this story in books, preferably on TV, but mostly books. And it just sucks that it's Star Wars, because if it was anything else, maybe another streamer could pick it up, but that's zero chance happening because it's Star Wars.
Right.
Even if it was Marvel, Marvel has such a iffy rights issue with Sony and all that kind of stuff. Like it could have been possible.
It's like the only like outsource of Star Wars you'll ever see is like Dark Horse Comics.
Dark Horse Comics. You're dead right. Yeah.
I mean, if you wanna.
Yeah, if I want to. And I read comics all the time. I would love to read like an Acolyte comic or whatever, but I think my ranking would be another freaking TV show, maybe like a mini-series movie or whatever. A movie straight for Disney Plus. Granted, that's not going to happen anymore. I think the days of Disney making a movie straight for Disney Plus is kind of dead and gone, given the whole Disney Plus, I don't want to say catastrophe, but just restructuring they're doing. It seems to be they're moving away from like movies straight for Disney Plus, and just if it's a movie, just put it out in theaters. Make it good for theaters. Everything else, keep it as a series. They're even restructuring Marvel. So what does the future of Marvel and Star Wars TV look like? We don't really know. So we'll have to see. But yeah, we'll be back for, again, some Bad Batch commentaries in the future. December, of course, we'll be back for Skeleton Crew. My hope in Star Wars has diminished, and that has not that feeling has not fled, I guess. And there were some rumors about the Daisy. We didn't even talk about that. There have been some rumors about the Daisy Ridley project being, restructured. But that was like from one rumor from Daniel RPK, that guy. Y'all know him. And that's like the one rumor source we heard about that. I still think the Rey movie is set for 2026. I still think they'll find room to film in 2025. But am I faithful? Do I have faith that the story is going to be good for that Rey movie now after what they did with Acolyte and maybe restructuring it after complaints on the internet, it's like
Mm.
I don't know anymore, man. But am I more excited for that than a Mando movie? Yes. Mando and Grogu, I mean. So, and now there's another rumor that the Mando and Grogu movie could be it for Mandalorian, that they won't do a season 4. That the Mando and Grogu movie could be act as an end to the series. Have you heard that rumor yet, Nate?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, there's that rumor floating around. It might be from Daniel RPK as well. So take it with a huge grain of salt and pepper. But we'll learn more obviously about that at Star Wars Celebration next year. But that's been a big question. Will they do a Mando season 4? Are they going to stick with Mando and Grogu and just end it? Because I always figured like that Mando would be a main character in Filoni's film too, unless he was to make that Ahsoka. So we shall see. We'll talk more about that in the months to come. So yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter, Harris EV9. Always talking about renewing, saving, hoping for an Acolyte season 2. Besides that, I'm so excited for the next couple of weeks on TV. Next week, The Legend of Vox Machina season 3 drops. Fall anime season begins. A lot of great anime to look out for. And in November, my favorite show of the year, Arcane season 2 is dropping, and I cried watching the trailer for this for Arcane season 2. I think it's going to be incredible. So I'm ready. So again, follow me on Harris EV9.
You can follow me at _TimeBlazer, making a show called Time Blazer with co-star and creative consultant Evan Harris.
Playing Ben, and unlike the Acolyte, there is we have a Nathan has created a conclusion there.
There's a conclusion, and I'm self-made, so
exactly.
Ain't nobody stopping this studio.
Yeah, ain't nobody stopping us now.
So that being said, if you guys enjoyed this, make sure you like button, subscribe, not already, ring the bell so you miss all future commentaries. That being said, hope you have a great day. May the force be with you always.